Hi, my name's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing and going over a new eyeshadow palette I picked up at Walmart. Who would have guessed? So let's get started. First, I would like to go ahead and welcome everyone. Please like, subscribe, say hi in the comments, or leave anything below. What would you like to see next? Or just say hi. I love talking with everyone in the comments, and I try my best to respond as soon as possible. But so today I have a palette. So lately I haven't seen too many palettes come on the market that really grab my attention, that I don't like second guess myself, or like I think I have something already like that. Like one of them actually that I was going to buy, and then I realized I had a palette just like it already in my collection, the new Natasha Denona in Bloom palette. And I was going through my palette drawer and I had this Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. Unfortunately, it is discontinued, but a lot of people did pick this up. It was a big selling palette for them. So if you still have it, reach for it, because pretty much it's the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. Yes, it is a little off, but you know what? I can still get the same exact looks and not be spending $70 on a palette. But today's palette, I actually picked up from Walmart. It is from Profusion. They came out with 4 new palettes. They have a dreamy palette, which I think is very bright, very bright, punchy, colorful colors. Then there's a nudish, pinky blush palette. There's one called Twilight. I did think about that one. That's very like dark jewel, like deep jewel tones with some blues and everything. Very pretty. I was thinking about that one, but the one that got my eye was Adventurous. So I bought this, and this actually is a really good, I mean, it's still drugstore. This was, by the way, $10 at Walmart. $10, and it's 15 shades. So this is oh no, sorry, 21 shades. 21, not 15. Learn to count, Lindsay. So we have 21 shades. We have some mattes, metallics, and one is a mousse. I didn't really feel too much of a difference on that one. It is very soft. It's a little different than the other ones, but to each his own. But it is vegan and cruelty free. It says it's infused with vitamin E, talc free, paraben free, and it's made of recycled materials. But it's actually a pretty good heavy duty plastic. But yeah, so I got Adventurous. This color story kind of really spoke to me. I have my like cooler blues. I have some brights here. I just felt like I can pretty much play with this whole palette and feel comfortable using every single color in this palette. And I pretty much have. I have been testing this the last couple, like I've been on and off testing this palette, wearing different looks. And I know sometimes, like yesterday I went to work and I had this green on my lid with a little bit of yellow, then these 2 colors like over top, and then I had this blue on my lower lash line, and I threw on some blue mascara on my lower lash line too. I was very springed out. It was a beautiful day yesterday here in Seattle, but unfortunately, of course, I was in work all day, so at least I got to have my bright colors on my eyes. But this, I didn't put any eyeshadow primer on, and it lasted all day. Now, some of these colors, I do have to say, they're more, to me, they're very soft. So, I mean, if you use a white eyeshadow base, you can get more of a pop, absolutely, but some of them, it just felt more like a transition color or something to put on to have the metallics over top. Mainly this top row right here, these colors, of course, is a great brow bone color or highlighting color, but I found like these 3 colors right here were very soft. I mean, they are softer in Panda, of course. This, I couldn't really get the pack too much to get that color payoff on my eye. I did not use a white primer, but I was kind of at the point that, I don't think it was going to work for me as a bright primer, but it was great to, if I wanted to add another color on top or use it as a transition shade or anything. But if you can get it to work with a white primer, absolutely, that's great, because this is a beautiful color. This is also, I use more of a transition shade. This, I kind of use with this a little bit more. I can get this to pop a little bit, but it still was not pulling that same exact color. I think only one color I didn't use like impactfully a lot is this Wonderlust. But I did play with it one night before I got in the shower. I like to play with shadows sometimes and see what it looks like. My husband walked in, so did my son, and they just stared at me and they're like, "Do you know you have stuff all over your face?" I'm like, "Yeah." This is that moussey shadow, and then this is another just beautiful shadow. I didn't play with, I played with this one, not too much of this one, but these I did not wear out. Now I loved this rim right here, which I'm actually going to be doing that today. It is bright and beautiful right now, but by the time I'm done filming and everything and letting the dog out, I have to run some errands and it's going to be raining. It's Seattle, you know, you're in spring for like 10 minutes, then you're, you know, beautiful sunshine. The next 10 minutes, it's storming, and then 10 minutes later, it's beautiful spring again. I mean, one day at work, it was just all over the place. I could never tell what it was going to be. So, we're going to do some looks today, just one look. I have to run to Home Depot to pick up a birthday present for my husband, and then I'm going to go pick up my Sephora order. So I'll let you know what I got from my Sephora order. Now by the time this goes up, the sale's gonna be way over. But I did have a huge cart, and then, but that's what I do. I fill up that cart with all the stuff I really like and really wanted. And then I slowly was like, I don't really want this. I don't really need that type of thing. And then I started dwindling it away. And then I'm usually down to 4 things. So what I got was the Rare Beauty mascara. So I picked that up because I used to love that and I get it all the time. And then of course I got sidetracked with the Tower 28, which I still love. I have backup already. But that Rare Beauty one just built beautifully on my eye when I had family photos and I messed up my false lashes, so I threw that on top and just built and it did an amazing job. So I grabbed that. That was, and then I grabbed the new Estee Lauder concealer. I got that. It was $35, but this is my #1 concealer, so I want to match it up with this to see what's the coverage like, wear and everything. So I'm gonna kind of like battle them out, and of course do that a couple times with different things underneath my eyes, with either my LA Girl, and one day use my Becca, or even one day, you know, of course not put any corrector underneath, and just see how it goes and see how it works, and through a full day at work on the floor with different powders too. So I want to do that. And then I got I think 2 eyeliners from the Sephora brand. I got a really pretty like stone, it's called Stone, one of the eyeliners, and another eyeliner is like a terracotta like red, and that's all I got. And of course the Sephora brand's 30% off, and so I didn't feel too bad getting that, and I knew it's stuff I would, you know, use all the time. Sorry, I just threw that. I keep a little bin to the side of everything I have on my face, and then I put in the bin, I take a picture, so when I type in this all in the description box below, I put all the products in. Because one time I did one, I just put the products in that I used on camera and not the stuff I had on, and someone's like, "I really like your lipstick." I'm like, dang it, but I remembered what it was. So now I make sure I put everything down. But so I got my eye primer on, the Milani one. So I did throw a little bit of my bronzer just in a crease just so I can connect everything. And that was pretty much it. It's the Flower Beauty bronzer. So I am first going to use this really pretty, what's this color called? It's called Trial. So I'm going to use that, but I'm going to use my go-to, well, one of my go-to big fluffy soft brushes. This is really pigmented. So when you put this smack on your eye, it's there. So I'm going to kind of softly, like, just dab it, just touch the palette with it. and it's all over, and I'm going to knock the excess off. And I'm going to start where I don't mind it being a little heavier, and that's right here. And I'm just going to go on my crease. Now, I was very impressed with this palette. I'm doing the same thing over again. I was very impressed with this palette. Very impressed with the pigmentation. Very impressed with how long it lasted. And most of the time when I did my eyes, I didn't even use an eyeshadow primer because I was really trying to see how long it would last. Would it crease? Will it just like fade? And it didn't. And I was so shocked. I was like, and this is $10. Now I'll look, I think I might look at the Twilight one. I would like to try to see it in person, but I have 2 Walmarts beside me. One is in not a great area of town that I prefer not to go to, at least by myself. Maybe if my husband, goes with me. Another one is a nicer area, but I don't know if they had it in stock. And of course, it's all behind glass. Like, everything's locked up. So, it kind of pushes me away to wanting to buy stuff. So I just order it and have it sent to my house. This is the brush that I used with my bronzer earlier. I'm just going to go over what I just put down just to kind of soften it. I am going to do a darker look today. I haven't done this with this palette yet, so I really wanted to do it. Oh, excuse me. I went to the dentist this morning, and I'm having a day. I hate the dentist. I have a tiny mouth, and I have TMJ. So my jaw clicks and hurts so bad when I'm there. And the dentist even told me unless you're like extreme pain all the time, there's nothing really they can do. So I'm just today. All right, so now I'm gonna use this color Fearless. This is a dark, like plummy color. I've used this a lot on my outer corners. I have not used this over my lid yet. I've used it on my outer corners here to deepen up the eye look. And I also used this color Voyage in the same way. This is a very deep, like green. It's beautiful. But it is one of those, because I used it like a big old like smoky eye. That one did come out like a little patchy. It wasn't as smooth as I wanted, but also this is a $10 eyeshadow palette. So I think that shadow is better as a packing and not like super smoked out. 'Cause I did a super smoked out eye because I was pushing it. I wanted to see. And that gray that's in here, it's called Open Road. That's really pretty. All right, now I'm gonna use Fearless. I just tapped this brush in and I'm just gonna press that on my eye. See, when you tap the brush in, you're like, oh my God, it's gonna be so dark, but it's not that dark. It's not as high pigmented as you think. Now, if I use a sticky primer, probably so. But I'm just gonna then pat again right over it. I loaded up the brush again, but just to make sure I knocked off some product if it was loose on the brush. So I'm not taking a chance of that falling on my under eye because I don't need to add any more darkness there. All right, now it's really that color. Now, sometimes some people are like, oh, it wasn't, that color right when you put it on. But I kind of like that because there's sometimes I don't want that depth right away. I wanted a softer look. I like being able to be more versatile with my eyeshadow than that straight pigment, like right when you go and then you gotta like, blend it out or trying to make it softer. I find these are more versatile and a little user friendly. So now I'm gonna go to the other eye. But I really like this line. They did a great job. I've heard other people talk about their eyeshadow palettes, but none of them have really like, ooh, I think I really want to try that yet. I first saw the Twilight one and I was like, ooh, I really like that. The deeper, you know, very like Twilight-esque movie. I guess that's why they called it. Like I think it's the first movie that they're kind of like basing it off because there's a lot of blues. Because ColourPop, remember, ColourPop came out with their first Twilight like series eyeshadow is that blues, greens, a deeper, like cooler tones. It's pretty much like that. So not the warm one they just came out with, but the more blue, cooler tone one, which was pretty, but you know, I was like, I really don't need that. And it's, of course, smaller, more expensive, whatever. But if you're a Twilight fan, then those would have been great to get. But I'm not a Twilight fan. I did watch them for entertainment. It's just not my type of movie, you know. So I know a lot of people are very much Twilight fans, and they're like, well, it's nothing like the book, but it's just not my type. Now, don't get me wrong. I read True Blood. I was all about True Blood. I read that whole... There was some nights that I would stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning reading, and then the next morning I would get up and read all day. All day. And my husband's like, you're addicted. And I'm like, I know. All right, that's really pretty. I like that. So now I'm going to take that powder, the brush I used earlier, and I'm just going to kind of like soften right here. Just kind of diffuse that out just a little bit. I also did watch the True Blood series. It was all right. I did love Eric in that series. Oh my god. Oh my god. They did a great job casting him. I'm going to take the remainder, what is on this. I am not going to dip back in because I am just literally going to kind of just tap this lightly just to bring that tone on my bottom lash line. But I'm keeping it out here. Sorry, my son's still home. He's home from spring break. He only goes to spring break camp when I have work, and since I'm off today, I didn't sign him up for it because, you know, he doesn't need to be there. I'm home. Even though he's kind of like, oh, man. I was like, oh, okay. That's fine. He loves just playing with the kids. And it's different kids that's not in his school. So take that same brush. I really don't have anything in it, but I just want to soften things. It's really pretty. So I think I'm going to use a little bit. I'm going to go in this gray a bit right here. I really like that gray. I don't know why, because I feel like it's not like a blue gray, because sometimes grays can pull really blue on me, but this doesn't. This still stays a nice gray. So I'm going to take this and put this right there on my kind of like lower inner corner. And just bring that also a little bit towards the middle. I just think, I mean, I don't know why. This gray is just really pretty to me. Because there's some grays that I have, like that, the ColourPop Cool Fox or whatever. They had a lot of grays in there that were like blue gray, and they put a little really blue on me, and I didn't really care for that. But this is a gray, a nice beautiful gray. And that one time I did that really cool smoky eye, I used this gray on my lid, and then I used this really cool green that smoked that out. That was pretty, but I wish I would have like pulled back the smoke, and maybe this would have been even better. I did a beautiful look at this. This is also a beautiful color. Of course, I'm going to swatch all these for you in a second once I get the eye look done and I don't look so crazy. But now I'm like, I don't know if I want to add anything to it. I don't know. That color is just so pretty. I'm looking at the monitor too behind my phone because I film with my phone. If anyone's new and knows, like, why are you looking behind? Because I have the monitor behind my phone. I think I'm going to leave it like that. But I think I am going to take that cream color in the palette. It's called Get Lost. I'm going to use my favorite little tiny brush that came in an old eyeshadow palette I don't even have anymore, but I kept the brush. I'm going to use that to kind of like highlight the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to use, excuse me, water bottle. I want to use like a, maybe I should just use a highlighter. I'm going to use my Essence Pure New highlighter. That's broken. I feel like everyone that has this, it's broken. But I don't care. I don't take it anywhere, so, but it's just so pretty. Very lit within, candle-y highlight, baked highlighter. But it's even like coming off the inside. I don't care. It stays right in my drawer, so I don't really care. And I'll take the remainder that's on my brush and kind of just highlight underneath my brow bone. All right, now I'm going to grab a mascara. No, mascara. I already have my mascara. I'm gonna grab my eyeliner. I love this eyeliner from Makeup Forever. It's in the Dismal Dark Brown. I just wish they would make one. They would make this exact color, but for that's like extremely long lasting. So I just throw this on my lash line down here. And it just kind of makes my lashes look a little fuller. It does not stay on your waterline if you put it on your waterline. But it's really pretty. I just love that color so much. I did get an eyeliner from Sephora. I don't know what name. But I'm hoping it's gonna be kind of close to this. So that would be great because it's like a 24-hour waterproof one. So now I'm gonna curl my lashes. And of course I made that Sephora order last night so I could just go and pick it up in store because all the stuff I wanted was said low stock. So that I got everything. And then of course this morning I got an email from Ulta like 20% off, even prestige brands. And I'm like, of course. Sorry if you can hear that car. I live next to a busy road. But I was like, oh, I could have gotten that Estee Lauder concealer like $2 cheaper, but I was like, well, it's fine. Usually I don't buy anything at the Sephora sale that I can get at Ulta because Ulta usually, the 20% coupon is usually pretty close by. So if I'm like, no, I can get that at Ulta, I'll wait for the Ulta sale. That way, oh, sorry, Beanie. I didn't know the dog was right on my feet. I woke him up. Because if I can get it at Ulta, I'd rather get it at Ulta because I could get a higher discount because I am definitely not a Rouge shopper. I can get a higher discount. I can get more points. Their point system's way better. So I'd rather do that. Only stuff I really buy at Sephora is stuff that's only sold at Sephora. I did, though, you know, do the Estee Lauder one, but I kind of really wanted it to start testing it. Now I'm just going to use a black eyeliner just on my lash line. All underneath my lashes just to make my lashes look a little thicker. I don't really want to add this on top of my lashes because I kind of want that color to be the focus. And I'm going to do everything in my power after I, you know, stop filming to not add any kind of shimmer on top of this. I'm notorious though. I love shimmer. I love that. That sometimes even when I'm done filming, I'm like, oh, maybe just a little glimmer, a little glitter, a little shimmer. But I'm going to try not to. Because I do love a matte eye, but I love sparkly things. And then sometimes when I do add the glitter, I was like, meh, I could have just done without it. So I don't think I have a color that looks like this color on top of my eye. I just have this little like thing with all my eyeliners in it. I have a plum, which is beautiful, but it's not the same. It's falling. I have plums, but I think that color that I just got at Sephora would be a good match. Yeah, I have a good bit of plums, which I love plums with my eye color. Alright, I'm going to use this teeny tiny Charlotte Tilbury mascara. I like it, I really do, but I would get it at Sephora, Ulta if I get it, since they sell it at Ulta and I can get it 20% off right now. But since I bought the Rare Beauty mascara, I don't need another mascara. Because I find it does about the same. Maybe. I never worn it side by side. But also the Rare Beauty one is cheaper than the Charlotte Tilbury. I really hope my base holds up today. I used the Milani, that Conceal and Perfect stick, and I used it with a different primer than I usually do. I used the L'Oreal Glotion. So I have that on. And then I did the stick. So we'll see, because usually within like a good hour or two, especially on my chin, it starts like breaking up. My chin is the most problem area ever. Acne, no acne. It's just my problem area. This mascara is very pretty. I do really like it. Maybe tomorrow I'll do one eye with the Rare Beauty one, the one I've already had open, and then one eye with this and kind of compare them. Because I feel like a really good mascara can make even just a simple, pretty much no eye look amazing. I have to say, when I first did get the sample, I was not impressed with it, but now that I've had it open a little more, I like it. But we'll see if it's worth it. All right. I think that's the look. I really like it. Let me take my hairband out so I don't get the dent, because my hair is just air drying today. Because I try not to use too much heat on my hair, but I'm lucky in the fact that I don't have to straighten my hair. My hair is extremely bone straight to begin with. I'm just going to brighten underneath my eyes with my Essence Brighten Up powder. Especially using a dark color like this, it can kind of really pull in my beautiful under eye circles. And I've had these under eye circles for my entire life. They're just hereditary. So, all right, let me swatch this for you. As Angelise says, scoochy, scoochy to the side. All right, I'm gonna do my best. I am not a pro swatcher. So this one you're not really gonna see. It is that cream shadow. Oh, maybe you can't see it. Cream shadow. This, and that's in Get Lost. This one is in Nature. See how pretty that is? And I'm taking my finger. I don't have anything on my arm, nothing on my finger. And I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Just across the top of the shadow. I'm not pushing hard. I am pushing a little harder on my skin, but that's it. That's in the Shadow Memories. This is that one shadow that if someone can get this to work, maybe if I use that white eyeshadow primer, this could. This is Fresh Affair. It's a very minty. This is Destination. I really like that color. It's a really pretty color. All right, let me wipe off my fingers. Oops. All right, this is another color I really like. It's Experience. I love that color. Desert. Then we have Glamping, which is totally me. Then we have Adventure Awaits. These are beautiful. I love these. Can you see them? Oh, I'll wash off my fingers. I got just a damp makeup eraser there with just water on it. All right, try. Sunrise is this beautiful yellow. Oh yeah, that one comes out really bright. Outdoor. I've done those two together also. Those are beautiful. Wanderlust. This is super pretty. I kind of really want to do just an eye of that. Trial, which I use this today in my crease. Oops. Gotta wipe off again. I need another hand. Fearless is what I have on my eyes right now. Then, my bracelets. Free Spirit. It's a little sheer, but it's still a beautiful color. I think it would look great on top of other colors. Okay, I'm gonna go like this now. This one is Deep Dive. This is that moussey one they said. I do feel a difference in the pan, but you know, it's super pretty. Let me wipe my hands off again. That one's, it's really pretty. Then I'm wiping dry my. All right, then the next color is this beautiful blue. I love this blue. I want to do this all over the eye also because I just think it's like a denim blue. Blue. It's called Sea. This one is Wildlife. I really like that color. This one is, ooh, Voyage. Oh my god. Okay, that one's a little crumbly. Holy moly. Hold on. Did I press that one too hard, or that's just a more crumbly shadow? This one's Open Road. I'm gonna get wonky here. Open Road's that beautiful gray I love. And this one is Under the Stars. Is that kind of spotted looking one. And this is like a sheer blue topper. Oh, all right. I did arms yesterday and some today. So that is the palette. I really like this palette. Oh shoot, my bracelets, I'm sorry. I really like this palette. I think it's well worth and could be worth more to me, you know, than $10. And it's like $10.95 or something, or $9.95 or something like that. And at Walmart, or you can get it probably on their website. They do have other palettes there. Sorry, I'm wiping it off so I don't, you know, look crazy walking into the stores and all that. They do have other ones. I don't know if I'm going to get it. Maybe, maybe not. Really don't need another one, obviously. And I did. And I'll go ahead and let y'all know now. I am going to be trying out this palette right here. So I got it in the mail. It's by Cosmic Brushes. And I was super excited. I've been seeing it all over and I loved it so much. And I always hear people talk about it, and they're a great price, but they are coming from overseas. So it's more for shipping, which I find more than worth it. I think because it was a $35 palette, only got one, and it was $14 for shipping. But they wrapped that thing up so good in that box. I was very impressed. But I did get this too. I couldn't help it. It's so, every time I saw it, I just stopped and stared, watched videos on it, and I loved it. And this is a indie brand. And then unfortunately, I just saw yesterday, they're discontinuing the palettes. Yay! But at least I know I'll try out the formula. I love it. They have other beautiful eyeshadow palettes that I really liked, but I was like, just get one. You only need one. Calm down. So, because I just bought this. So, I know I usually don't buy, but it's hard for me to catch my eye with eyeshadow palettes, and I really wanted to try an indie palette, and I wanted to try an affordable indie palette, and that's what this is. So I'm gonna stop the video here. It's a little longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I highly recommend this if you're in the market for a palette. Check their colors out. I highly recommend it. I saw like Rose and Ben has been using them too. She got all of them, of course, sent to her, and she's been using them, and she's been also very impressed. But you can finally find some more videos, of course, on YouTube, with other people using the palettes, and different ones to see which one would be right for you. But this one was a nice mix for me with colors, with depth, with brightness. Had the nice bone shade I love, some deep shades. I just felt like this was a very well-rounded palette for my taste. So I can dip my toe into color, but also have my neutrals to, you know, just to make it a palette that I would wear all the time and not just a palette I would touch on every now and then. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.